Okay.
Where are you streaming this at?
On YouTube. It's usually for VOD purposes because I don't feel like having a big massive file size on my computer. But to give you the general gist of what is happening, you have gotten a message from Jerome telling him it's time, after some discussion with his friend Maury, who has been the conspirator towards the Kamen Rider stuff. She has prepped a nebula gas for Ayrn here, and has given the reins to Jerome to take care of administering said nebula gas. You have been taken to an undisclosed place, and Jerome has given you explicit instructions not to ever tell anyone about this place in any fashion. If you are, you would probably be banned or probably have severe consequences, but I believe Ayrn would understand that, as this is, well, deemed secretive for a reason, and he is trusting you, and the Lentils are putting a lot of trust in him to allow you to go through this procedure for the sake of being a common writer. So, you would be arriving here, and, well, when we go cards up, everything will then play out as you will be given roles for this procedure. Because it could fail, but you won't suffer any consequence. Though I'm going to give you a heads up. Ayrn is going to feel a lot of pain, not physical, but mental pain, like it actually does hurt throughout his body, because it does take a bit of a mental toll on you, having this nebula gas administered. So his muscles will be tensed, his bones will start to like feel just very, 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 very hard. Just like hard to just even move because of just how much was going into his mind. So feel free to act that out as much as you want, because there'll be 3 stages to this, but so on and so forth. When you are ready, we will go cards up.
3, 2, 1.
Anyways, as I've stated before, you are here under the guise of me, as I've been entrusted to allow you to go through this procedure. My friend Maury has been so generous to set up a sort of nebula gas for you to be administered to allow you to reach the hazard level for, well, the driver or the rider system. Unfortunately, you're not going to get the most luxurious experience of being dosed. You're going to have to get in the bathtub.
That's fine. Hold on. I don't have. I'm just gonna go back to.
I will let you know.
Sorry, I had someone telling me to change my outfit earlier.
I'm going to let you know. You have the option to back out if you so feel. Though I'm going to let you know this is going to hurt like living hell. Not physically, but it could, possibly. It is going to hurt a lot inside your head. It is going to be a lot on your mind. So I am going to say this now. You have the right to go away from this, but if you are so willing to keep going on with this procedure, that is your own volition.
No, I'm not a big stranger to pain, so I don't think it's going to really bother me too much. Or at least as much as it might a normal person.
That's what I said once, and it was not fun. Had to go for it 4 times, because the 3rd time it didn't work out as bad, because this could fail if the dosage does not circulate correctly throughout your body. But hopefully this has been corrected the last time this happened, so I'm going to need you to get in the bathtub.
All right.
Just need you to get right in there, and I'm going to... You need to get right in there. Right in there. I need to put something over it to prevent the nebula gas from leaking. Just gotta place a lid on top.
Oh.
Just gonna place that there. Just gonna make sure that's hooked up correctly. And it'll be administered right into the tub. Just gonna weigh that down, because you will probably want to feel like you want to get out.
Oh, okay.
I will remove it if things are too severe.
You ever been on a roller coaster?
Yes, back when I lived in Night City, um, well, there was like a roller coaster down in Pacifica before they decided to shut it down.
Yeah, it's kind of what this is feeling like right now. Super excited to get on it, but as soon as you're in it before it starts, it kind of fucks your
Uh,
stomach.
well, this is going to hurt a lot, so administering the first dosage of nebula gas. Now. While sitting
What?
inside this tub, the nebula gas slowly fills inside for the first dosage. Ayrn, with some form of your mind, it starts to take a bit of a toll a bit, but this is dependent on how much of a will you have to fight off this. But over time, when the gas is filling in, it just starts to hurt, like a massive fucking migraine, as it's starting to flood your mind with incredibly aggressive and negative thoughts. Hold on. Hold on. Hold it. 75%. 75%. 98. First round done. How are you feeling? You a breather?
Oh, that sucked.
It's gonna get a bit worse. The next two. So bear with me. Initiating second dose in 3, 2, 1. Again, the nebula gas slowly fills in to the bathtub. Your mind starting to race even faster than before, and the thoughts getting more and more clouded and clouded and clouded. Negativity just feeling your body like another part of yourself is trying to let go, trying to release itself, trying to fight as much as it could. It hurts. It hurts a lot to an extent
Oh
that
my
your
god.
body is just really hurting and reveling in this pain. And with that, second dosage done. We're on to the final one.
Ow. Holy fuck.
Yep, it was worse for me, I'll tell you that much. Alright, you ready for the final one?
Go for it.
Administering
having
third
weight.
dosage now. Once more, the gas fills into the bath. It's getting worse. Worse and worse. Feeling nothing but pure negativity. Your body is just aching. Your muscles tensing at the aspect of this. It feels like your body is trying to tell itself apart, but it's not really. It's your mind playing tricks on you. Like it's burns underneath your skin. That rage, that primal incentive, trying to hold on, trying to let go, trying to fight against you. As soon as you're almost about to just lose it. Stage 3, complete. Alright. Alright, let's get this off. Brain waves look fine. They're starting to slowly seep down. They did spike for that third one. It's not gonna fuck you up that bad. Thankfully, with some renovations and stuff.
Oh.
trying to read how much you lost when it comes to your lifespan. 10. You've lost 10. Though your hazard level...
The max was 20, right?
The max was 20 years, so 10 was cut off.
Perfect middle ground. Ah!
I need you to stand there for a bit as I try and quickly get a good estimate on that hazard level, because this was a bigger change because of the driver you're going to be using, but we are trying to jailbreak it so you can use it a bit earlier than expected, but you have to jump up a bit so you don't blow up your entire waist. You're at hazard level 3.5. That will go up by determining factors of how you perceive things, which is going to need further testing, but I have a couple of ways and probably a couple of people who can try and sort that out. Mine is mainly fueled by anger, but I need to figure out what fuels yours the most, because hazard level depends on that circumstance of what goes through your mind and your body. Alright.
So it's not static?
Beg your pardon?
So it's not a static number?
It's not a static number. It goes up over time for how much you use the suit. And a long time, how you react in that suit. With the Splash Driver, you are going to be feeling the unfiltered parts of the nebula gas when it comes to its condensed form, as it's going to make you a bit more battle-hungry and a bit more headstrong. But over time, with testing and a bit more usage, you should be able to have a bit more control. But the Splash Driver is still in, well, the works, so you should be fine for the time being, but we do have a couple of full bottles on the side to give you a quick test. Let's see if you're all compatible with the rider system at least. Alright. Come on. Let's get the fuck out.
Oh my god.
Yeah, feels like absolute hell. I'll tell you that much. Stand right there. Hold on to this.
Right.
You won't be keeping that. Unfortunately, that's mine, and I do need it. If we did anticipate another rider, we would have had a third driver on the set, but Splash Driver is already in production as is, so you're getting the grease one, unfortunately. But you can still use that on a whim. So stand right there. I'll grab a set of full bottles. See if how that goes.
Fuck. Hurts.
Alright, just stand over there. Last thing I want is to wreck this place, because I did last time. Rabbit, Tank. These are deemed as best matches. Organic and inorganic. So, we're going to have to do a little test to see if you're able to use best matches or not. I'm not able to, unfortunately, outside of Lock and Dragon. So, have a shot.
Alright. Just put it on like this.
Yep.
Rabbit! Tank! Best match!
So just crank this?
You just crank it, and Ayrn, once you start cranking it, it starts to spark, incredibly brightly before the bottles and the belt explode off your waist and push you back in. Whoop. You know what? It was kind of worth a shot to see if it was able to.
Ow.
We'll figure something out with you for this in the later future, but that's for another time, as you need to build your hazard level to use other devices that allow you to use that driver. But we'll focus on the Splash. We'll focus on the Splash and the Dragon Jelly. Not the Dragon Jelly, the Robot Jelly. Though there is another best match that could possibly work. I'll explain in a bit. I'm just going to put these bottles back where they belong. Okay, to explain with the Splash driver, the Splash driver is a bit of a, how do I explain this? Is nearly as similar as to this, but uses a jelly form of a full bottle. It's more condensed, unfiltered, and uses nearly its fullest potential to its max. So with that, you would be able to have a lot more power behind a lot of your punches, kicks, and weapons, but you'd also be, as I said before, more focused, more into the heat of battle, as you would say. But with full bottles, you're more controlled in that aspect for the first time. With Robot, the bottle it's, well, siphoned off of, it goes best with Phoenix for the best match. So, in due time, when we do get the Phoenix bottle, we'll see how that goes, see if you can actually use the driver or not, but that depends in due time, because we don't have the Phoenix bottle, unfortunately, to do it. But I think we should probably get out of here as soon as possible, because I feel like I've done what I needed to do and have done what I was given to do. But when the Splash driver is finished and done, I'll hand it over to you once I get mine. And then you should be able to transform. But we'll need to do some tests, because I don't want you to be immediately using that thing without seeing how your body reacts first. Because without it, at the moment, it's kind of just... It's better to test it before we see the worst outcome on the first test run in the heat of battle.